Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and you won't believe, but today I have something incredible to share with all of you. I will give you the step by step of how we can make this beautiful look, this beautiful vest. You won't believe it, it's so easy and fast. You will make it in just one day. We make it here with this side opened, with elastic stitch in the bottom and with the turtleneck in the top. I will give you all my secrets and tips. We will use the needles, and if you are a beginner, I think that this project is very perfect for you. So let's don't lose more time. Let's start. Well, for this vest we are going to need 400 grams of a chunky material. I will make it in purple and with some details of flowers in different colors, and I will use 100 grams of a medium weight yarn in blue, dark blue, and the needles of number 6 and number 10 millimeters. Remember that this vest is between a medium and a small size. We will start this vest from the bottom. Well, in this case I couldn't find a medium weight yarn, so I will use 2 threads. I will cast on the stitches. I know that there are different ways to cast on the stitches. To me this is the easiest way because you won't waste any material. So we will cast on first 50 stitches for a small or medium size, but I suggest that you make a sample of 15 stitches with 15 rows, so like this you can have an idea of how much stitches you need to cast on according to the size. I suggest that you take a sweater or something that you like of your size and take it as a reference to see how many stitches you need. So at the end that we finish to cast on the 50 stitches, we are going to knit. Well, actually we are going to start making the elastic stitch. So we are going to make the elastic stitch double. It means that we are going to knit 2, then we are going to pour 2, then knit 2, pour 2. And like this is how we are going to continue making the next rows too. For example, if in the last row we knit the first 2 stitches, well, we are going to knit as it goes. If we pour in the last row, we are going to pour, okay, according how it goes. We are going to make this for 20 rows. So this is how it goes. So we are going to knit 2. I knit them like this, and then we are going to pour 2. Well, for the next row, we are going to turn around and we are going to pass the first stitch. We are going to make this for now on, okay? And as you could see, we pour because we have this thread in front, so that means that we pour. So that's why we are going to repeat and pour. Then, as you could see, we don't have the thread in front anymore, so this means that in the last row we knit this stitch. So we are going to knit also in the next one. Then we are going to pour. As you could see, here we pour. So like this we are going to continue, and remember 20 rows more. Well, look, here I finish the second row. This is how we are going to count these spaces, 1 and 2 rows. Remember that we are going to make 20. Well, so here we finished this 20 rows. So now we are going to cut, and I will use other yarn. Okay, remember that so far we are using the needles of number 6. Well, as you could see, this material is chunky. So later in the coming rows we are going to change the needle for the needles of number 10. So far for this first row we are going to continue with the needles of number 6, and we are going to change the stitch. In this case we are going to alternate. We are going to knit 1 and then pour 1. So we have 4 stitches, right, in our needle. So the number 5th we are going to knit it together. So we are going to reduce a little bit because as you could see this material is chunky. So if we keep having the same number of stitches that we have with the elastic stitch, we are going to make a giant vest. Okay, so that's why we are going to reduce each 4 stitches. Okay, so we are going to continue alternating. We will pour one, knit one, pour one, knit one, and the fifth we are going to knit or pour according to its case. For example, here it happened that we are going to pour, so we are going to pour two together. Okay, and well, this is how we are going to continue the whole row. So we are going to continue reducing in this row, and at the end, instead of having 50 stitches, we are going to have 40. And well, in the next row, according to the stitch, we are going to knit the opposite. If in the last row we knit, we are going to pour, and if we pour one stitch, we are going to knit. Okay, so we are going to make the opposite in the other row. Okay, and also we are going to continue alternating, and remember, we will have 40 stitches. Well, at the end of this row, we will have one needle of the number 10 and one needle of number 6. And the row will be like this. We are going to pass the first one, but remember that before you have to count 40. Even if you do a larger size, you will have to reduce a little bit, okay? You can keep the same number because also in my case, this material is chunky. Okay, so we are going to pass the first stitch. Then remember, as you could see here, we pour. So this means that we have to knit in this stitch. Then we will pour. Okay? And you can check here. Here we pour, then we will knit. And like this is how we are going to alternate. And well, when we finish the row, we will only use the needles of number 10. Okay? What we are doing right now is that we are passing one stitches from one side to the other, so we can continue using only the needles of number 10. Like this is how we are going to continue making more rows until we arrive to the shoulders. Remember that the elastic will be in our hips, and then the rest will cover our body until we arrive to the shoulders. In this case, I will make a short vest, not that long. And also, if you want to make it longer, well, remember that you will need more material, okay? But it will be up to you. And well, like this is how we are going to continue. Please try on, and if you need to make more rows, well, make them. If not, well, remember that you have to arrive until the shoulders. And will also please be careful. Remember that here we are having 40 stitches, so you have to continue with the same number. Well, here we finish. I already try on and it arrives until my shoulder, so it's perfect. Now we are going to bind off the first 10 stitches and the last 10. Then the 20 stitches of the middle, we are going to leave them in an stitcher's holders because we are going to need it later to make the turtleneck. If you don't have an stitches holder like this one, well, you can put them in one hook and use a ribbon or so to keep them there. Okay, so well, first we are going to bind off the first 10. So here we have 1. Remember that we took 2 together and then we come back with 1, 2. Well, so here we already pinned off 10. Now we are going to use the stitches holder and we are going to keep the next 20. Okay, here I will show you how. So we are going to take, here we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and like this, very slowly and carefully, we are going to keep 20 stitches right here in the stitchers holder. Okay, until we have 20. Well, and here I have 20 stitches, right? At the end, well, we are going to continue and bind off the next 10 stitches. Okay? Here we are going to cut this thread. We are going to leave a long thread because later we will hide it. And well, we are going to continue with this thread because we need it to bind off. Remember that these 20 stitches that we will leave in the stitches holder will be for the neck, and I will show you how we are going to use them later. For now, we are going to bind off the next 10 the same way we did at the beginning. And well, remember that I told you to leave a long thread because later we will use this thread to sew it with the other part. Once we finish this piece, we are going to make a second piece like this one. As you could see, my yarn has like these flowers on it, so I would change my embroidery needle with a bigger eye so I can pass these flowers through it. And well, basically we are going to make a second piece like this one with the same number of stitches and everything, and then we are going to sew it. We are going to sew the shoulders. Well, I will show you how we are going to calculate the stitches for our turtleneck. Sorry. Okay, so we are going to make the turtleneck with this stitch. So if we fold it in half, I don't know if you remember, but here we have 50 stitches. So if we fold it, we will have this size of neck, so it will be too small, okay? And remember that here in the stitches holders we have 20 on one side and 20 in the other side. So it will be less than this space, right? So we can take this as a reference to know how much stitches do we need to increase to have the turtleneck that we want, and also according to our head and to our size. And well, this technique is very useful for any other project that you have, okay? Like this, you can calculate your sleeves or your neck too, okay? So with the same project, you can see if you fold it, like how many stitches do you need, and according to it, you can make a decision, right? But well, remember that we must have at this point the two pieces ready. So we are going to only join one side, so from here to here we are going to sew, and we are going to leave this part open so we can use these stitches, and we won't sew for now the other side of the shoulders. Well, to sew we are going to take one stitch from here and then one stitch from the other side, okay? And this is how we are going to continue in zigzag. Please take care, try not to damage your project with the embroidery needle or to take other thread between it. So like this is how we are going to make it, and we are going to sew the same way the other side, but remember that for now we are going to leave it open in hold, because like this it will be easier for us to take the stitches and to make the turtleneck. Well, now that we finished to join one shoulder, we are going to take the needles of number 6, and we are going to take all of these stitches and we are going to place them right there, okay? Then we are going to increase, but we are going to change the yarn, and we will use the other yarn that it's a medium weight yarn, okay? So I will show you how. For now, let's finish to pass all of these stitches to the needle. Well, so here we are. I will show you the right way to increase the stitches. So now with this other yarn, the same yarn that we used to make the elastic in the bottom, this is how we are going to increase. We are going to increase one by making pour and one by knitting. So here we increase two. You see? I will show you here in the wide back so you can see it better. So okay, we are going to increase one in the wrong side, so you see how we insert the needle, and then one in the while we knit, okay? And then here we are going to increase three, so we pour, we knit, and then we pour all of them using the same stitch. So we are going to, in the next two, we are going to increase 2, and in the third we are going to increase 3, like this until we finish with all the stitches. Well, guess what? I finished to increase, and at the end I finished having 80 stitches. I continue using the same stitch that we use in the bottom, and where we pour one where we need one, pour when we need one, and I made 25 rows. Well, I think for me it's perfect. If you fold it, it looks pretty too, but if you want, you can continue making more rows. In my case, I will stop. And now I'm going to bind off. It's important that here we bind off a little bit loose, okay? If not, we are going to tie the neck, and that's not what we want, okay? So we are going to knit two together, and we are going to pull a little bit to lose a little bit the loop and the threads, okay? Well, maybe here I exaggerate and I pulled too much, so a little bit, okay? And then also we can keep with the shape of the turtleneck that we want. So again, we are going to take 2, we are going to knit together, and we are going to take back 1. And like this is how we are going to bind off all of them. Well, now that we finished to bind off all the stitches, remember that we keep with the shape and we bind off a little bit loose. So also in these small details we make the difference. Well, now we are going to leave a long thread, we are going to cut it, and we are going to use it to sew. We will use to sew part of the neck, the side, just to close it. Then we are going to use this same thread to join it, the shoulder. Okay, like this is how we are going to fold it. We are going to sew here and then the shoulder, and remember that we are going to leave this open, and then we are going to sew the bottom here, okay, with the same thread. Then later when we finish to sew, well, remember that like we are going to leave the sides open, we are going to make a single crochet row all around this part and also in the other side too, and with this we will finish. Well, so what do you think? I hope that you have enjoyed making this beautiful vest with me. At the end, this is the result. I made here a single crochet row all around the sides. I leave them open, and also I finished to join the part of the elastic, the shoulders and the neck. So this is the result. Like this we finished. Remember that you don't need to iron this project or so. Like this is ready to wear, and I hope that you make it. It's one of the most simple best that I have ever made, and I hope that you find it easy too. Look at the back, it is so pretty, and well, I hope that you make it in different sizes for your kids too or for yourself. But well, remember that before you go, I want to invite all of you to subscribe, to follow me in all my social media in Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. And remember that I'm new also in TikTok. So see you there. You can find me like Laura Cepeda, and there I will share more content. But well, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed all the holidays and that you start making your gift with time and in advance. Take care. Thank you so much again. Don't forget to give me a like. See you soon, and stay tuned.